And we are live. What's up, beasties? It's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Beast Friends Forever with me. It's Triple B. We've got fun times up ahead and another author for you to be read. Just remember what your beastie said and be beast friends forever with me. That's right. A little extra song for you. Since I had this listed as 8 p.m. my time for most of the day until luckily my guest was kind enough to point out that it should be 2 p.m. my time because it's 8 p.m. his time. But we figured it out, and there's a nice group of people here, so I appreciate you. But I really also appreciate my guest that I'm so excited to get to talk to. Just a fantastic person, a fantastic author, whose book I have, but could not find it. So when we talk about the amazing cover, I'll share my screen. But I cannot wait to get into it. I've heard so many good things. But really, I just want to support this awesome person who also happens to be a Michigan fan, as I am. So that's why I'm wearing my Michigan gear. But without further ado, who you came here to see? Let me bring him on now. My guest. Let's see. Who's here? That's right. It's Blake Myers. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Good evening.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
It's good to be here.
Heck yeah. We almost weren't here because I didn't realize I had it set for the wrong time. So I'm glad that we figured that out with enough time. And I hadn't posted anything on social media yet. It was just on YouTube as way too early. So it all worked out in the end. But let's shout out. We've got some awesome people, a lot of DVS peeps in here. We got Sean SS Fitzgerald is here. What's up, man?
Hey, Sean.
We got Ellen Holmes is here.
Oh, another Ohioan.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's see. We've got Mr. Stark is here. What's up, man? Thanks for being here.
Hello.
Let's see. Then there's a lot of back and forth. Let me see. Oh, here we go. We got Molly McCabe is here. What's up, Molly?
Hey, Molly.
Thanks for being here. Awesome. Well, here you go. The vein of Molly's existence, man. That's right. That's something you can put on a book now. All right. But she said, just kidding. You're awesome. You're a key member.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Whoa, Ellen. Remember, this is. I think you mean Michigan versus everybody.
Well, but you have to remember, I'm from Ohio.
I know. So am I. Yeah, did you know
that? Yeah. No,
Did we ever talk about that? I was born in Ohio.
We're the best traders ever.
I know. Lived there till I was 7, and then then I moved to Michigan, and that was it. So anyway, thanks for being here, man. I know you've had a busy day, so I appreciate you making time, and I'm glad that we finally get to hang out and chat.
Yeah, it's excited to be here. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. So let's start off. For anyone that finds this chat on a whim, because they're looking up your book or something and they don't quite know who you are and what you write, why don't you just start off and tell us what kind of genre you write, and then we'll dive into talking more about your book that you have out right now.
Well, I love horror, but mostly paranormal, so ghost stories and those things alike, and that's my main focus. But I do have interest in other things. I do like sci-fi. I do like fantasy. I have some in the back burner, but horror, paranormal horror, that's my go-to jam right there.
Oh yeah, I love it. We all love that. That's always a fun thing to do. So right now you have your book out. Who Put Bella in the? Is it Witch or Wyche?
Witch.
Okay, good. That's how I always say it.
Witch. Yeah.
That's how I always say it. And I'm like, I hope I haven't been saying it wrong my whole life, but good. I'm glad. So tell us a little bit about that book, and then I have a lot of questions as I'm getting ready to dive into it, but tell us about that book.
Well, basically, this is a true story that I have added my own what if twist to it. So I'm taking a real murder from 1943, and it has its own strange oddities all about it. And I decided that those oddities were definitely worthwhile to dive in for a horror twist to it. So
Oh,
I decided to make that poor victim a little ghost with a little chip on her shoulder.
I love it. I love it. Now, how did you find that? Are you kind of like I love true crime stuff and history, so I come across a lot of things like that. But how did you find that specific case?
That was basically off of just a deep dive into YouTube. Just you get sucked into that vortex, you
Oh
just
yes.
don't ever
Oh
get
yeah.
out of it, And I think I stumbled upon a video that was like the top 10 most unsolved crimes in the UK. And it was like number 4 or 5.
Oh
And
wow.
it just popped up at the title there at the bottom, who put Bella in the Wych Elm. And just seeing that title alone, just that was it. I knew right
You're like,
there,
I got it.
I am dead set on this one. I want to know all about it. And from there on out, I was just diving into that wormhole. So
Man, that's
it sucked
such a
me in.
cool. It did, yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool. Let me shout out a couple of people that popped in here. We got Michael Vadney here. Does
Hello,
awesome
hello.
interviews also, and he's got his own book coming out in 2026. So everybody look forward to that. Then we've got Trinity Cunningham is here, another awesome indie
Hello.
author. What's up, Trinity? All right, so well, here we go. Richard Stark just started reading Bella
That's
yesterday.
right. Yes.
Yes, I've heard the prologue is quite chilling. Well done, he says.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank you.
man, I have not heard one even like remotely negative or average thing about your book. I've actually what I hear is just that it's awesome and that everyone's so surprised and some I think a little jealous that it's written so well. For a big book.
I don't know about the jealousy part, but I do appreciate the compliments, though.
Oh man. Well, now I'm interested to know before we talk about the book and the story itself. When you're writing something based on a true story, I've always wondered: was there anything you had to do legally wise, or has it been so long that you didn't really have to worry about it, or did you have to check and see like are there certain things you
Yeah.
can't say? I mean, you can't say their real names, probably.
Well, I did.
Oh, that's true because it
Um,
says who put Bella in the witch hunt, right?
so most of the public domain has taken over a lot
Mm,
of what you find online. Everything
yeah.
from newspaper articles and stuff like that. And matter of fact, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. The newspaper articles I have little clippings of them in certain chapters.
Hmm.
They're basically quotations.
Oh,
I just kind of changed it around a little bit just to kind of
hey.
avoid some of that. But it's public domain, so
Oh
it
yeah.
wouldn't have mattered if I just quoted it or
Yep.
not. They would be allowed to go in there. But I decided to just make a few changes only because I wanted to continue to stay
Yes.
fiction and I wanted a
Yep. Yep.
few little extras in there. But
That's
yeah, so
cool,
all the
man.
names and everything. There is one person from the 2023 timeline
Hmm.
that is a real person as well.
Oh wow.
Um, and the rest of everybody in the 2023 timeline is fake.
Okay.
Well, no, two. I think I mentioned one person in passing that's not a
Okay.
very important person, but
Yeah. Yeah.
nonetheless, they're real.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Well, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that because I mean, think about historical fiction, historical fantasy in
Yeah,
general. It takes a real people and real stories and just weaves in
yeah.
fictional stuff. Like one of my favorite books that's probably not that good, but I loved it was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh,
Have you ever read
that's
it?
fantastic. Yeah,
Love
love it.
that. Love
Yeah.
that. And I mean, like, it's fun to do stuff like that. So I think it's really cool, man. And I cannot
Well, I mean,
wait to dive
Stephen
in.
King did 1963,
Yeah. Yep.
with
That's true.
the
Yeah.
Dallas shooting. So, um, there's a lot there. Those are real people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's so true. Yeah. So I think it's awesome, man. And I think you might open the floodgates. People are going to want to do this more and more because I think it's a really cool idea. So I guess let's start with tell us you've talked about the idea for the book, so tell us a little bit about how the book is structured because you've got something that happened in the past and then you've got kind of a more current timeline. To tell us a little bit about that, about how the book is set up.
so most of it takes place in 2023, which is the 80-year anniversary of her discovery. And the main characters all taking place during that timeline. And I would say maybe 80% of the book is from 2023. There's only one actual scene that's kind of told as a narrative from I think 1944, 1943. I forget which timeline, but that's actually like a narrative. The rest of everything from the past is from a journal entry or
Okay.
a series of entries into a journal.
Hmm.
And that journal is actually quite important to the rest of the story in 2023 because she doesn't have access to it, but we do.
Oh, that's awesome.
So a lot of the things that she would like to have questions and answers to, she doesn't have access to any of it, but we do. So we get that insight way ahead of her.
Oh, nice. That's a smart idea to do it that way. I like that a lot. Very cool. We got another person from across the pond here. We got J.A. Brighton. What's
Hey,
up,
that's
man?
way across the pond.
Way across
Yeah,
the, yeah,
that's
much
like
further.
maybe a couple ponds.
Yeah, yeah, more than a pond, right? He's across the big lake. Uh, oh man. Well, I think that was a cool choice. Now, when you first decided you were going to do this, um, was that kind of what popped into your mind right away, kind of doing that setup, or was that something that came to
Yeah,
you as you started writing it?
it came to me as I started writing it. Because originally, Emma, the main character, she wasn't even the main character. She wasn't even a character at all.
Oh wow.
I think I had a male main character to begin with, and it was actually going to be tracking instead of one CSI during 2023. It was going to be actually tracking like 4 or 5 over the 80-year period, and kind of slowly revealing things. But I felt like when I started to dive into that and outlining it and playing around with some drafts, that you didn't really have time to get connected to anybody. And I felt like, as short of time as I'm spending on each of these characters, it's like
Hmm.
you don't feel any real sense of urgency about their lives and their deaths or anything. And so I just like,
Hmm.
okay, this isn't the route I need to go. I need to have somebody who's a little bit more permanent that you're going to want
Hmm.
to care about in the long run. So then I shifted to just having everything in 2023 with these flashbacks and these journals, and then sticking it to one person. And I feel like the result was a lot better.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's always a cool way to, especially with anything with a horror slant to it. I feel like two timelines like that, when you have journal entries, it just builds this sense of dread because you know what happened, but they don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. And I think that's awesome. So very good stuff. All right, before we dive into more with your writing, uh, I want to talk about the cover so people can see it if they haven't yet, because I think it's awesome. But first, Sean is here as well, another
Oh,
DVS
we have a
member.
Sean sandwich now.
Now the Sean sandwich is complete. Um, but before we do that, you've been in my live streams before, so I have a question for you, Blake. Do you like
Okay.
dad jokes?
Oh, of course.
Of course. All right, I've
I'm
got
a
it.
dad. I'm a dad,
Of
but I'm
course.
terrible at them. I never remember them. So,
All right. Well, I've got a double duty for you here. All right.
okay.
So the other day I was out running some errands, and my son calls me from home and he says, "Dad, I'm really hungry," and I'm like, "Okay, well, look in the fridge. There's something in there for you to eat, but make sure you knock first." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Just in case there's a salad dressing." All right, next one. Then he was obviously not very happy with me. So he goes to hang up and
Dad,
he says,
Dad.
"Dad, whatever, Dad. I'll call you later." And I said, "Whoa, whoa, no, no. You call me Dad."
I really shouldn't be taking a drink as you're telling jokes. That's a really terrible
I
idea.
don't jokes is a strong word. We're gonna give
Yes.
it this.
It made me chuckle. It made me laugh. I love it.
That's good. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, so let me share my screen, which this is still new on this platform to me, so bear with me. Let's see. I want to do. I don't know what that is. Let's do this. Yes. All right. Then I have to. This is the part I always forget. I have to add to the scene, and that is very small. Let's change. Let's make this. Hold on, everybody. This always happens to me. I need to make this spotlight. There
There
we
we
go.
go.
All right, now everybody can see it. So this cover is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's a scroll stopper, as I say. If someone's scrolling, they're gonna stop when they see that. Tell me a little bit about how you found your cover artist, how you came up with the idea for the cover. Was there back and forth? Was this always what you pictured? It came out fantastic, so I would love to hear kind of the story behind the cover.
I originally did my own cover, and well, I liked it. It just, it didn't have that pop to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just, I really don't know what I'm doing with covers per se.
Yeah.
So it was just, as a placeholder, so to speak.
Yep.
But it had the same idea. I wanted, obviously, the title is Who Put Bella in the Witch Elm. So I wanted
Mm-hmm.
something with Bella in the Witch Elm.
Yeah.
So mine was kind of this silhouetted tree, and you can kind of see the shape of this body kind of in this tree.
Good grief.
And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna look for an artist. Well, looking for an artist on X is, you never quite know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Scammers
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So I actually found and discovered that there is a small press, Quill and Crow, I think. Oh man, I butcher their name every time I say it. I think it's Quill and Crow.
Uh-huh.
They do, like gothic horror, and
Mm-hmm.
they're always putting out their book covers, and I always kind of liked them. And then I realized that, oh, there's one girl that's doing everything for them. So I reached out to her on X and said, "Are you available?" And she said
Mm-hmm.
yes. So
Man,
that's how I found her and hired
nice.
her. Yeah.
Well, you can't beat the outcome,
No,
man. You had to be
no.
so happy when you saw that.
Yeah, I was. There were a couple of different iterations
Okay.
of this. There's actually almost exactly same cover, but in black. Instead of kind of
Oh,
this white
yeah.
background, there was a black version of it. And it looks really quite nice. And I'm hoping she didn't delete those files, because maybe one day when it's a
Yes.
bestseller, I'll
A
come
little
out with like
special
a
edition.
30th, 30th anniversary special
Yes.
edition, and have it in the black version.
Yes. Do
So
it. That's awesome. That's pretty cool that you have that alternate. Yeah, you better make sure she didn't get rid of it
yeah,
before too much
exactly.
time goes by. That's awesome. Well, I love it, man. It's a yes, and I agree with Michael. He says sounds like a good idea for a special edition. I agree. That is pretty awesome, man. All right, let's take this back off here now. There we go. So yeah, I love the cover. I'm very impressed, and I think anybody is. So you nailed it, man. Nicely
No,
done.
thank you.
All right. It definitely fits the vibe too. Like, you flip it over, you read the blurb. It's not like, oh, that doesn't go together. Like, it fits
Yeah.
perfectly. So, well done. How did the typography come along? Was that from the artist too, or did you do that part?
Actually, I chose the font.
It looks good.
Not the Bella font,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest of the font. I had actually planned on using that in my personal cover that I was
Mm-hmm.
doing, and I just really really liked it. It was a font I hadn't really seen on other books before. I am really bothered by some fonts that just keep reappearing on every single
Oh
fantasy
yeah.
novel out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course they're all just slightly different, but they're all the
Right.
same thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
that just drives me nuts. I'm like, you got a great cover, you got a great
Right.
story, but
Have
then
something that stands out
your
a little more.
title is just this, it's the same as
Mm-hmm.
everybody else's. And oh, that's heartbreaking. So I really wanted something that I hadn't seen before. So
Yeah.
when I found that one, it was nice, bold, strong, but it wasn't one that I had seen anywhere else. So I was like, that's what I want. She initially had done something else different. And I was like, okay, I'm paying you. You're going to give me the font that I want. So she gave me that font. I was very happy with it.
Nice. Well, it all came out good. It works together well.
Yeah.
Sean thinks you're talking about his font in horror.
No.
JK, JK. All right. So, we'll talk about the book more as we go on. But I am curious now that you've got this book out. It's going well. People are starting to talk about it more and more. What is next for Blake Myers now that this book is out there in the wild?
Well, I got two other books cooking.
Nice. All
Two other
right.
books cooking.
It's
Um,
exciting.
they unfortunately they've been on the back burner. I've had some work projects, some website projects I've been having to do, and it just I was under the crunch, so I had to really focus on that. So I had to put my writing on pause for a little bit.
Hmm.
And now I'm ramping up the DVS Christmas Krampus giveaway. I got to plug
Ooh.
that. I got to plug that.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
I was gonna
I'm
say you got
busy.
to.
I'm busy preparing that, but I'm hoping that once I get that started and going, I can get back to writing again. So I got two books. One of them is a paranormal horror, which again is my go-to, my favorite.
Nice. Yeah.
And then the other one is a cosmic horror. So I'm
Ooh,
going to reach
I
out
love
and
that
kind of do a
too.
little bit of a Christopher style. I'm going to have to be
Yeah,
picking his brain there in DVS, saying, "Hey, help me with this gothic or
I
this
like it.
cosmic horror."
Yeah, very cool, man. Now, are either of those going to be the start of a series, or are they both kind of standalone for now?
The paranormal one definitely will be a standalone,
Hmm.
but the cosmic horror, I've actually kind of thought about it, and it really could go as a standalone or as a small short series, maybe a
Nice.
duology or a
Okay.
trilogy. It just depends on how much it takes off. Um, if I don't, it'll probably end on a dark note, which is okay for horror. But if I
Oh yeah,
decide to, then obviously then I can take off and do more with
yeah.
it. So
Awesome. Options are always good, man.
yeah, options are good. Yeah, it's all about those sales, man. What do the
That's
sales
right.
tell you?
Come on. That'll make the decision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or I could just
Uh,
pull a Disney and just do a live action remake of Bella. I mean,
you could, you could. Yeah,
yeah.
just rewrite the same story every couple of years, just in a slightly different way. And you're welcome, Sean. If you guys noticed me swapping things around, I was trying to get it back to how it was before. It took a minute. All right. So I want to hear a little bit about your journey to becoming an author and some of your inspirations up to the point where you wrote this book. But before we do that, every day on my channel, I do a question of the day, and I like to ask my guests what their answer would be. So today, I asked, what is your favorite type of henchman in books or whatever media you consume? So the options were the comedic relief, which is I think you see the most for henchmen, especially in animated movies and such, and then the kind of badass, dangerous number two who just does all the dirty work, and then you've got the disgraced, maybe coerced in some way or another former hero like Darth Vader, something like that.
Yeah.
And then
Is he
finally,
really a
just
henchman?
I
Uh,
technically, technically, technically,
maybe. Yeah.
before until yeah, I mean, yes, he is. I almost didn't put it because I thought the same, but technically, he
I'll
is. All right,
accept it.
all
I'll
right,
allow
all
it.
right,
I'll allow
all
it.
right. And then the last one is other, a different
Yeah.
archetype. I didn't put on there. So what would be yours?
I I do feel like the super really good talented henchman. Uh, I don't know, a little overdone. I've seen it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Although you're never going to go wrong. Who was that one guy that was like this little Chinese guy? He was the henchman like in every single '80s movie, and you knew when he came on screen that
Oh yeah,
somebody's getting their butt kicked.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he always had that long hair. He's little balding, had that little
Oh
Fu
yeah,
Manchu mustache.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Super
Yeah,
famous. I hope he's
yeah,
rich and famous and
yeah,
retired
yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
because he deserves it.
yeah.
Um, but that aside, I do like uh, the Darth Vader style, I guess. This kind of this person's been corrupted and changed, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want him to be redeemed all the time.
Right.
Sometimes they get redeemed, and yeah, okay, I don't mind a redemption arc every so often, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like having them stay corrupt all the way through the end is still a
Yeah.
good, valid arc for
Mm-hmm.
them. Because they don't really need to have any resolution in their story because they're just a henchman. They're the side
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like leaving them as the bad guy isn't actually a bad option, but you
True.
see that quite often. These henchmen, they're a good guy, then they turn bad, and then they turn good again at the end. And I don't know. Sometimes it's done really, really well, and other times it's
Mm-hmm.
done really, really bad.
Oh yes.
Like what was that Star Wars one? this is the most recent, the last trilogy, where you had the guy from Harry Potter, one of the Weasley brothers, and he was like the general or something. In all three movies,
Oh
he's
yeah,
this
yeah,
evil guy. And then all of a sudden at the end, he's like, I,
yeah.
I am the traitor. And you're like, that was the
What?
dumbest reveal ever. And I don't even care that I spoiled it for other people because no, no, sorry.
I forgot about that. That's
Yeah, that was terrible. That was
how
terrible
much it was,
henchman.
how good it was. I didn't
Yeah,
remember that till you
yeah,
said it.
yeah. That was a
Oh
terrible
man,
redemption arc.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I Now that you brought it up, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh man, so true. Let's see. Some other people in here said, "Oh, actually," and let me shout out Mark from the Book Lounges here.
Hey,
What's
Marky
up,
Mark.
man? Thanks for being here, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. Trinity had said number 2. That was her favorite. Um, let's see. Michael said, "Fiercely loyal henchman that truly believes in the villain's visions." Those are always a good one too. Let's see. And then Henchman and Jackie Chan's movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fair one. That's a fair one. Let's see. Trinity said Percy. Yeah, it was I don't remember the name in Star Wars or in Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
but
is
I
it?
think it
What's
was
the
Percy.
characters?
Yeah.
Was it
In Harry
Percy?
Potter. Yeah, yeah.
Well, there you go. Trinity's got
Yeah.
the Harry Potter trivia down.
Good job.
All right, so let's hear about your journey. So take us back to when you were just a little Blake. Uh, what were some of the things that got you into horror, and then when did you start writing, and how did you decide to finally write a book and get it out there?
So, okay, let's cover the how I got into horror.
Sounds
Um,
good.
I was scared of everything. The dark. I pissed my pants left and right when I was a kid, you know. And I just decided that I was tired of being scared of everything. You know, I hated being that kid that was at school that was always afraid of stuff or whatever in my church group or whatnot. That's always afraid of the dark. And I decided let's take control of your life. You know, so I was like, if I watch a bunch of scary movies, eventually I won't be afraid of them anymore. And that's what I started to do. I just started watching these scary movies, and next
Hmm.
thing I know, I'm like, dude, these are awesome. I love them, and now I can't get enough of them. And now it's like
Oh
this
man,
unhealthy obsession of just anything scary. So,
that's awesome. What was like the
um,
first one you remember watching that you were like, "Oh, I like this"?
oh man, mm.
There's so many from
Yeah,
back then,
there's just
man.
too many. I can tell you which one scared the living daylights out of me.
Which one was that?
So I remember as a kid when we watched Pet Cemetery.
Oh yeah,
And
it freaked me
Zelda,
out
the
too.
scene with Zelda, man. She got under my skin and just
Oh.
and that one scene where there's kind of like that flashback and she kind of like comes scurrying across the room right up to the camera, you know, and
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah, that got me. That got
Yep,
me.
yep, I could see that.
And then I remember one time I was sneaking a watch when my dad was watching The Thing,
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh yeah.
And of course, it was the spider head scene. Oh yeah, that's a great moment to sneak a peek on that one. You know, so that was like
Nice.
stuck in my head. Um, but yeah, I can't really think of like the first one that I truly like could sit down and say I really enjoy this and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
actually afraid.
Well,
It
probably
was
just because it
yeah,
took off, so you watched so many.
yeah, exactly. So it's whatever one it was. It's been buried deep in my recesses under a
Yeah.
pile of other horror movies. So
Right.
it's
Oh man,
lost to time.
lost to time. Oh man. Well, that's awesome. So that's usually not the journey for a horror
Yeah,
enthusiast, someone who was
yeah.
scared of everything. How old were you when you like got into horror movies? Do you remember what age you were? Or like the age you were when you know you were still scared of everything?
Oh, the age I'm still scared of everything. Who says I haven't actually gotten over that? Oh man, I don't know.
Were you like pretty young when you got into horror? Or was it more like middle school age?
Well, I no, I think I was before middle school. I think it was
Hmm.
before middle school. But you know, I had to sneak all of it. I'm from a very religious family,
Oh,
so
I wonder. That was my next
horror
question.
was yeah, horror wasn't really something that was a typical viewership. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and matter of fact, you know, like the most horror that we would have seen on my dad's bookshelves would have been like some Michael Crichton. Although he did have some Stephen King, because I did steal a couple
Okay.
Stephen Kings off his
Hmm.
bookshelf, but not too many, you know.
Yeah.
So so I had to sneak a lot of it, and it really wasn't until I got out on my own, going to college and stuff, that then
Yeah.
I could have the freedom to watch whatever.
That's
And
pretty
then
impressive.
my roommate working at a movie store, oh that,
Ooh, that
you know,
opened up.
every night coming back, he would just take a tennis ball and throw it over his shoulder at the horror section, and then whatever fell off
Whatever.
is what he would bring home that night after work,
Oh
and then
man,
we'd stay up, you know, binge watching these stupid B
the
flick
B
movies, and
movies.
I mean,
Oh,
some of
those were
them
the
were just
days, man. Oh yeah, some were so
terrible,
bad.
terribly good.
You wonder how they got
You know?
made, but they're still
Oh
just
yeah,
glorious.
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man. Those were the days, going to the video store, getting some movies. Oh,
oh yeah.
miss that. I worked at a video store for a while too. That was a fun time. All right, so I'm pretty impressed that you were able to hide that from your parents, because I mean, like when you think about the timing of our childhood, like there wasn't. It's not like now where I mean you can go on any device and watch
Yeah,
anything and have earbuds and like
yeah.
you had to watch on something that like how did you do that? Did you have a TV in your room?
No, no. It
Oh
was always
man,
like, you know,
just
my
timing.
dad's out in the garden, you know, he's mowing the yard. My mom is out somewhere, you know, or like with when I saw that cemetery with my sister and her best
Hmm.
friend, Michael, who was one of my beta readers. Um,
Nice.
she was babysitting me, actually, I think. You know, she was watching me, and then he was just over at the house. And so they had put it on, and I was like, yeah, let's do it, you know, and so now no one was home for that. So it was a
That's
lot of just
crazy,
catching
man.
whatever I could on TV, you
Yeah.
know, because yeah, no VCR. Well, I mean, we had a VCR, but
Yeah, yeah,
there was
yeah.
no renting it, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, of
That
course,
you couldn't do that on your own.
when I got to high school, there was a lot more liberal, you know, in
Hmm.
terms of me having my own
Yeah.
Blockbuster card and Hollywood
Yeah.
video card, and
Yeah.
going and getting whatever I wanted, as
Yeah.
long as it was within reason of certain things. You know, I mean, they didn't obviously particularly care for a lot of the nudity and stuff like that, which I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
It was
sorry,
an.
that's going to be hard to avoid.
That's hard in that genre.
Yeah,
Yeah. Especially
but
then. Yeah.
you know, they as long as it wasn't too extreme,
Yeah.
they were pretty cool
They're
with it
pretty
by the
good
time
about it.
I was 16, 17, 18 years old, you know.
Oh man, that's
So
awesome.
but still, it wasn't too, I couldn't push it too much, you know.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive that you watched so much up until you got older and you could kind of do your own thing. What were some of the first horror books you read?
Oh, definitely. Like I did go back and read Pet Cemetery. Michael Crichton's Congo, if you could really call
Oh
that
yeah.
horror,
I'd
but
say yeah.
it's
Yeah. It
sci-fi-ish
can go either
horror
way.
kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it can go either
Yeah.
way. You know, uh, I did read The Stand when I was a kid.
Nice.
Um,
That's impressive in itself
that
because
was a
that's a beast.
beast. That
Yeah.
was a beast. You know, I do
That's a
think I
long
skipped
book.
around a little bit. I think there are a few things
Yeah.
that's like I'll skip this chapter. It's what
Oh
it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, let's see. There was another Stephen King one. Oh, I read The Shining, but that wasn't until I got into college,
Okay.
though. But you know, and Goosebumps and stuff. I was too old for that. You know, so I
Yeah.
didn't really read the Goosebumps of the Fear Street.
You missed the goosebump train,
Yeah,
huh?
I was just too old for it. You know, by the time
Yep.
that came, because this came out like what, 93, 94. I
Yeah.
think when the
Yeah.
first ones came out, and at that
Yep.
point I was almost in high school, so I'm not going to get
Oh
reading
yeah.
Goosebumps. But I do remember seeing them and thinking, man, if I'd been younger and had access to this would have been awesome.
Oh yeah.
I did read at our school library. We had a little tiny selection of, they're not even fiction, they're nonfiction, but they were like the old, um, we've caught ghosts on camera from like 1865 or something like that, and they had all these
Yeah.
pictures. It was talking about the paranormal
Oh
and the
yeah.
supernatural stuff like that, and so it was just this book of all these old pictures and these old, you know, mediums from that time
Hmm.
period that had held seances and stuff like that. But it wasn't fictional. It was nonfiction, and I would actually check that out a lot at the library because I could hide that. It was a small book. I could
Oh
hide those
yeah.
books in my bag and stuff like that. And so I remember reading those and being creeped out by them and stuff like that. It's
Oh
like, oh,
yeah.
it's just a real picture of a ghost coming down the stairway.
Yeah. Oh, I would have ate that up, man, when I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that age.
it
That's
was good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Let's see. Ryan K is here. What's up, man? And yes, sci-fi and fantasy
Oh yeah.
can be horror. That's a
Well, I
it's
mean, Alien.
Yeah. Ooh,
I
perfect
mean,
example.
that's one of my favorites.
Yep.
It's sci-fi, it's horror, it's
Yep.
great. Aliens and the rest of them, I think they're just really pushing the sci-fi more.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
really feel like Alien was the true
Oh
horror
yeah,
of that
I agree.
series. Man, gosh, I love
So
that
good.
movie. It is so good.
It is. It is. Trinity, want to know if you ever read any Dean Koontz? I love some Dean
You
Koontz.
know, my dad actually read Kuntz, and I remember seeing it around the house quite a bit when I was older.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because again, as I got older, my parents are still very religious, and I am as
Yeah.
well. But they also got a little bit more realistic, I think, in some
Oh yeah.
expectations. And so I did see more
Yeah.
Kuntz around the house. Um, but yeah, I just never picked it up. To be honest, I mean, let's just be straight here. I'm still a terrible reader. Um, like I think of my Goodreads right now, I'm on book 13 for the year. You know,
That's because you're writing, man.
and I think one of them was cheating. I think a couple of them are cheating because they were actually last year, but I just rated them this year, and
Yeah.
they counted for whatever reason. You know, I'm a slow reader. I'm a very slow
Revealing
reader.
secrets here, man.
Yeah. Well, these aren't total secrets, but we'll call them secrets for your sake.
Yeah.
I'm a slow reader because I really like to. I just read every single word. I don't like this whole skimming thing and stuff like that. It's just so I read every single word and take my time and really digest it. But then I get frustrated with my ADHD. I get like, oh, it's taking too long, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, there's so much to do.
yeah, and that's one thing. As much as I love King, that's one thing I just can't stand about
Mm,
King. He digresses on
he
so much
does.
stuff
He
and just
does.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, can we come back to the actual good stuff? You know,
Right.
I want the ghost. You know,
Yes.
I want
Yes.
some more of those guys in the hotel. You know,
Oh yeah.
um, so I really did shy away from a lot of reading. You know, I read things here and there, but movies was my go-to for a
Mm-hmm.
long, long time. And I actually think what got me back into reading as an adult was when Lord of the Rings came out, and I'd only read portions of The Hobbit, and I was like, you know what? The movies are all coming out, and everyone's talking about how good it is in comparison to the book, and the book is
Mm-hmm.
this and that, and they all these. It's like, well, I want to know what they're all talking about.
Yep.
So I actually went back and read it for the first time all the way through.
Wow.
Lord of the Rings,
That's another
when those
beast.
movies first came out. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I've read it probably 4 or 5 times since.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely one of my favorite sci-fi's or
Nice.
fantasies. But of course,
Fancy.
everyone
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
it's one of their favorite
Oh
fantasies.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but then I started to pick up more and more books. So my reading really took off more after Lord of the Rings came out, and I picked up that book because of the movies.
Oh yeah.
So I have to admit, I did not read it before the movies. I read it after the first one, and then before the two
Oh,
sequels.
that's yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice. All right. So
so
that.
I can't be a true fantasy fan because if I didn't read Lord of the
No. No.
Rings
No. No.
until then, I
Clearly
can't be a
not.
true. Yeah, that's
Clearly
not
not.
fair.
Come on, man.
That's cheating. Cheating.
Yeah, and you have to have read Wheel of Time like 3 times.
No, never read it.
I haven't read
No.
it either.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
another
just
strike I
look
have
at it. I'm
from.
like, no, I'm not even
I
starting
know.
that one.
I know. Well, and then people tell you about the slog, and it's like, well, why
Yeah,
would I want to
yeah,
start this now?
yeah. Exactly,
I
exactly.
know. All right. So you loved horror. You were kind of getting into fantasy some too, reading some things. So what? At what point did you get into writing, and how did the burn the itch to become an
Yeah.
author come along?
I've said this before. It's not anything new. Sorry. Stranger Things, when it came out in
Nice.
2016,
Mm-hmm.
it just oh man, I just loved it. And
Me
I've
too.
always had these kind of ideas of like, oh, it'd be great if I wrote a movie like this, or if I had
Yeah.
like, oh, that'd be a great concept, or they should have done this differently. They should
Right.
have done this better, you know.
Yep.
But when Stranger Things came out, and I binge watched that with a friend who was visiting Prague, uh, and I was like, you know what, this is just awesome. I would love to write something like this. And then I just said, well, why don't I?
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided I'm going to write something, and it's actually a fantasy novel. I would say maybe dark, grim, dark. I don't know where it really
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
It's obviously not finished, but it was going to be a trilogy, and I was like, should I really go out with a trilogy the
Mm-hmm.
first go? And of course, if you're a fantasy person, that you kind of
Right.
agree
That
with me.
worked.
Everyone
Yeah.
does it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but for me, I just wasn't sure if that was the smart route to go.
Yeah.
So it's all outlined and everything. I know the beginning and the end and everything in the muddy middle and all that stuff. I just only have 70,000 words written in book one. But then I decided, okay, I'm going to switch to a one-off, a one stand, and that one was going to be horror. It's also based on a true story. It's based on the Salem witch trials. It also takes
Ooh.
place mostly in today's world. And I
That's-
chose that because in my family tree, I'm related to the Putnams
Oh, no
of
way.
Salem. Yeah.
What?
Not the bad guy, though. Not the bad guy. I was actually the brother. I'm covering the brother of one of
Okay,
the
okay,
guy
all
that was a
right.
real jackwagon.
Yeah.
So I have no family curse following me, thankfully,
All right,
because
that's good. I was gonna say we're gonna have to end this call right
yeah,
now. I don't want any of that
yeah.
mojo coming my way.
So I was like, okay, this will be fun. I'll throw that in there. And so the character actually has the same family history. He's related to the Putnams.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
but yeah, so I dove into that one, and I really like it, and I will come back to it one day. But in the middle of this, when I was kind of getting to that, that middle, that muddy middle that everyone
Oh
dreads,
yeah.
and I was rethinking some storylines within it. I was like, okay, I don't know if I like this. If it's working, I might want to go back and scratch it and do something different with it. Then I saw that YouTube video of Who Put Bill in the Witch Elm, and
Mm-hmm.
that was it.
That was it. You're
Sold.
like, I know what I'm doing.
Yep. Yep.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Oh man, that's awesome. We got Whitedale here. They said related
Hey, there's
to
another
whom.
DVSer.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make sure you're using proper grammar there.
I teach English for a living, and I still struggle with who and whom.
Who and
I
whom?
got
Yeah.
who's down. I got who's down now.
Oh,
Who's and
that's
who's.
good.
I can do
That
that
can
one
be a
now.
tough
But
one
the
too.
whom, man, come on
This
now.
is
It's
never.
splitting hairs. It's splitting hairs.
Oh man. Yeah, that's right. DVS representing. All right. So next, I want to talk. I want to pick your brain for some writing process things. I always love to ask these questions because without fail, every author does things just a little bit different. So, first question. I know you're gonna love this one, and I think I know your answer already. But there's a spectrum for authors. You have one side, the pantser, who sits down, writes by the seat of their pants, plans nothing. The other side, you have a plotter who plots everything meticulously. They have a book of outlines that they use, and they don't stray from that outline story. And then you have everywhere in between. Where do you fall, my friend? Are you all the way to one side or the other? Do you lean one way or the other? Where do you fall?
This spectrum is not linear. This spectrum is circular. Okay. They're the
I
same
like it.
thing. They're the same thing. It's just the way that we think and process things. Our brain is doing the same exact activities, whether you plot or pants. However, that's a tale for another day.
I love it. I love
I
it.
am more of a plotter,
Mm-hmm.
but I do not hesitate at any moment to stray from my plot. So, like I said, in my outline for Who Put Bell in the Witch Elm, it was the original ideas and outline were
Yep.
covering 4 or 5 different guys all throughout history, and there's no
Yep.
female one at all. Um, Everything really was different, and then I just started scratching it, and then even when I got this one, and I sent the alpha out to my sister. She's my alpha reader. I sent it out to her, and as she was reading it, and we were talking about it, I was like, you know what? This chapter just does not work at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is so not realistic. This is so not what would happen in this scenario. And it's just so fake and contrived. And I just said, screw it. So I totally dropped it. I changed the whole scenario of that chapter. Now, the important elements I needed still happened.
Mm-hmm.
The introduction of certain characters, certain parts of conversations even still happened. So I didn't trash the whole thing. But the actual event that was going on around it was totally eradicated and rewritten. And I knew right away, like that needed to be done.
Yeah.
And then there are other things where, you got a decision that the character has to make and you plan for this one. But then when you actually start writing it, suddenly they do this. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why is she going over this way? But I like the direction she's going. So let's just go with it. So I will abandon my my outline at any moment in time. And matter of fact, the cosmic horror one, I wouldn't say it's writer's block by any means. I know exactly what I want to change. As I
Hmm.
was writing that chapter and I finished that chapter, I knew right away, like, not, I don't even need my alpha or beta readers to tell me about this one.
Yeah.
Scratching it, but I know how much work is going to be involved in scratching it, which I am
Yeah.
fully invested in making. But
Right.
I just, I want to get that right. And so I just kind of been letting it simmer and just stew there. I kind of like what Stephen King said at one point when he talks about this. And he says, I don't write down any of my ideas. I don't plot anything, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a good idea, it'll stick and you won't be able to forget it. Now, that's a paraphrase, obviously. And I agree with that to
Hmm.
some point. But I definitely feel like for me in that story, that's true. I'm letting it simmer. I'm letting it sit. And when I come back to writing that book, if that's still there, then I'm definitely going to, okay, that is the right direction I have to go
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
this. So I'm
I
pretty
like
sure
it.
that's what I'm going to do with it when I get back to it.
Okay.
So, but it's
Now,
going to be a lot of work.
oh yeah, I was gonna say taking a chapter out that
Yeah.
couldn't change a lot.
No, it's going to be more than just one chapter.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
because it's
man.
going to affect the next couple chapters as well.
Oh
And
wow.
then a
Okay.
few
So
things I have to go back and redo to kind of make it align a little bit better.
yeah. Well, that's what I meant. Because if you want to take one chapter out, odds are it's not seamless from the chapter before to
Yeah,
the chapter
exactly.
after. It's
Exactly.
going to
Yeah.
affect a lot. So,
Yeah.
but that's good. That's good that you're willing to do that. Because I feel like, I mean, everybody's read a book where they read it and they think, I feel like the character wouldn't have done that, or
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if this is, or the chapter loses you or takes you out of the story. So, I feel like that's a good way to be if you know that something's not going to work.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let me shout out Jasper Renwick just popped in. What's up, Jasper? Thanks for
Hello.
being here. Um, now, I feel like because uh, Who Put Bella in the Witch Elm is based on a real story, that involves a lot more planning and research and plotting and stuff. But with your other things you're writing, do you feel like it's your approach has changed at all, or has it been the exact same?
Oh, definitely a lot less research.
Yeah,
Because Bella is set in the UK, and I
right.
have only been to the UK a couple of times.
Yeah,
And so I mean, I spent hours scouring over Google Maps
yeah.
and looking at the streets that I'm writing about, and the buildings that I'm
I
writing
didn't even think
about,
about that.
and
Yeah,
the locations that I'm at, because
yeah.
I do like things that if they're real, I want it to be
You
accurate.
want it to feel real, yeah,
Yeah.
authentic. Yeah.
And so, I really did a lot of painstaking research on that. But of course, then there was all the research of her actual murder, Chu, and I
Hmm.
kept as much of it as accurate as possible. Other than the fact that there's a ghost involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so much of it is real, right down to what bones she's missing in her leg, and why she
Oh man,
limps,
wow.
and stuff like that. It's like all that
Yeah,
is accurate. Um, so I wanted that, so and I had to do homework on it, and then you have other things like, okay, now obviously some words are fairly popular that like a torch instead of a flashlight. Okay, these are all things that Americans a lot know that British
yeah.
people say, but there's a lot of things too that I'm like, I just don't
Hmm.
know. If this is too American, this is too
Yeah.
British. And I will have to say, one of the negative criticisms that I've gotten is people are like, we know this is an American writing this story.
Oh yes.
And my editor, who is British, is like, they better not say that. Because that was one of the things I hired a British editor
Yeah.
specifically for that, is I wanted her to be able to go through and call me out and say, no, 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 no,
Right.
no, no, no,
Yep.
they wouldn't say that. That's not how it'd
Yeah.
be. And then I had a couple of my British friends read it. One of my betas actually is a colleague of mine. He's British, and he was like, it passed muster. I was like, hey, that's all I needed. So
Yep. That's good. I was say I bet a lot of that is only because they know that the author is American, not that it felt like the
right,
author was American.
yeah,
Because you clearly put a lot of effort into trying to make it feel
yeah.
authentic. So I agree. Uh, Sean has to take off. We'll see you, man. Thanks for popping in and saying
See you,
hello.
Sean.
So JA has a great question, which is actually was already my planned last question. So I'm going to show it to you now. Don't answer it yet, but just so we can come back to it, so neither one of us forget. Uh, after all your research on Bella, do you have any theories on who actually put her in the Witch Elm? Now, unless that like is a spoiler for your book, we don't have to talk about it. But and for the real case, at the end, I was going to ask you if you have any theories after doing all this research. But we'll come back to it.
Okay,
We'll come back
come
to it.
back to it.
All right.
Put a pin in it.
So that's right. Put a pin in it. All right. So for that research, all that research you had to do, were you able to just find everything you needed on Google, or did you have to like dive into some like archives and look up old articles or books or documentaries or
Yeah,
anything like that?
there are a few documentaries out there, but I always have to give a shout out to Alex Morel.
Mm.
He was like a 15-year-old kid at the
Oh
time that
wow.
he wrote his book.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a 2-volume book, and it's also called "Who Put Bella
Wow.
in the Witch Elm."
Yeah. Yeah.
And matter of fact, if you search it, his comes up before mine.
Okay.
But it's great because he basically just takes all the police documents and everything and photographs and stuff like that
Wow.
and
Puts
lays
it
it
all
all
in.
out, talking about the main, the main officers and stuff like that. And a lot of those people are characters in my book as well. So
Wow.
two
Okay.
people that were focused on very heavily in his books as main people in the investigation are the main
Yeah.
people in the investigation from 1943,
Oh,
44.
cool.
And so I was able to pull from a lot of that information from there.
Hmm.
Um, but really, his books I would say are pretty much the pinnacle of the historical research on it, because
Nice.
the rest
Okay.
of it might be some academic papers here and there, but this was
Yeah.
an easy place to go and digest everything, and two nice little concise ebooks I got from him. So
Nice.
he gets a lot of credit. I think I put him in my acknowledgments. If not, I should go back and do that. I think I put him in there, but I always like to shout out to him anyways, because he is,
That's cool.
it was
Well
him and his
then,
dad actually that did the
okay.
research.
Well, there you go, everybody. Because normally, after I read a cool historical fantasy or historical fiction or something related to a real event, I always go down the rabbit hole and find out all the
Yeah,
real stuff. So there you go, people. After you
yeah,
read Blake's book, if you want to see some of the real stuff and the research he used, I'll try to find that book and link it down below too.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right. So next question. Um, when we're writing this, you are you somebody, I don't know why I can't get my words out, are you somebody that
I am somebody. Yes.
you are somebody you're an author, that's what you are, published author.
Yeah. There
uh,
you go.
when you're working on a book, are you someone who makes word count or writing goals for like daily, weekly, monthly, like I need to hit this amount? Or are you, because you have a busy life, are you someone that says I'm going to write every day no matter how much, as long as I'm making progress? Or are you somebody that just is like, I'm not going to put pressure on myself, I know I'm
Mhm.
going to get done, I'm going to write it whenever I can?
No, because of my ADHD, I do like to put goals on me,
Hmm.
and I like to stick to that, and that's helped a lot because I will just walk away and not come back.
Yeah, right.
So I use when I write, I use the Ulysses app, which is
Oh,
on
okay.
all the iOS devices and Mac, and everything syncs in between. I know a lot of people use
Well, that's
Atticus
cool.
and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I do most of my writing on my iPad and iPhone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And yeah, most of Bella, probably about 90% of Bella was written in
Wow.
draft one and draft two was
Impressive.
on my iPhone and iPad with my
Okay.
thumbs.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
so I liked that app, and that app has some really nice, goal features and little tracking things.
Oh,
I could
that's cool.
set, for each little chapter, okay,
Yeah.
how many words I would like to go for. And so, I try to set a goal of 2,000 words per chapter. I'm not a very long-winded person,
Hmm.
and so going way beyond 2,000 words per chapter is, I've done it and I
Yeah.
can do it, but it can be a little bit of a challenge for me. But I feel like if I hit 2,000 words or close to that, somewhere around there, then I feel like, okay, it's a meaty chapter. It's got some good information. It's got some good action in it, whatever. You don't feel like you're just, reading a kid's novel or a kid's book.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's got a little bit of a chunk to it. Although I will say this, I love Molly's short chapters. Like when I read Dark Bloom, I
Oh
was like
yeah.
boom, 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 boom,
Oh
boom,
yeah.
boom,
Just
boom,
one more.
going
Just
through
one
that.
more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
you just consume that thing like,
Oh yeah.
and you're like, oh, what an amazing book. So there's nothing wrong with short chapters, but I don't know. I I had this expectation that you got to have a big book to be a real author. You got to
Right.
have.
Yeah.
So I did. I shot for 90,000 words.
Yeah.
And I hit that. So I wanted that little bit of beef to it. I don't know if my others will be that long, but who knows? But yeah, so I did have those word counts and those daily goals and stuff I wanted to reach that would just kind of keep me going. And of
Hmm.
course, once I hit that first draft, then everything else just felt like it was all downhill. It was still
Yeah.
a whole lot more work, but I feel like once I hit that last word, that last chapter, then the motivation really kicks in. Like, okay, I've got it. It's
Yeah.
there. Now I need to refine it. Now I need to make it better. So having those goals to get me to that point, I think is really important for me.
Nice. I think that's an awesome
Otherwise,
way
I'm
to
just
do
like
it.
squirrel,
Squirrel.
and I'm yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You definitely need the goals then. All right. On the flip side, are you a creature of habit with your writing? Now, you mentioned that you write a lot. You'll write on anything, like you use your phone, your laptop, probably your Mac, so your not your
Yeah.
laptop, your iPad, and your laptop. But then, are you someone who likes to write at a certain time of day, like morning or night? Or are you like, do you write in a certain place, like in an office or at a desk, or do you write anywhere at any time of day that works to get the
Anywhere,
writing?
anytime, whatever happens.
Okay.
I do prefer all my hard thinking in the morning. So again, I'm a website designer by partial trade, English teacher by the other half. And when I got really complex stuff that I need to do design wise, code wise, whatever, I want to do that in the morning. I do, it's 9 o'clock right now. I do not want to be open up, Sublime Text and be hammering out code at 9 p.m. I've done it because
Right.
I've had to, but I don't like it. I want to do all my heavy work in the morning. That's just how I am. So I do prefer to write if I can in the mornings. Getting up early is nice. In between classes in the morning is nice. But being a dad, having two jobs, full time as teacher and then part time as website design, you don't have time. So you got to squeeze in really writing wherever you can, even when it's not
Hmm.
optimal. You just do. So Bella was written mostly on the bus, the tram, the metro, or the subway. We call it the metro here. In between classes, I'm waiting for a student to show up. I might hammer out just 3 or 4 sentences as
Oh
I
wow.
see them walking down the hallway. I'm like, okay, quick, 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 get the idea down, and doing those types of things. Man, I even wrote during class here at the school. My boss ain't here. Um, but they're doing a little reading thing, or they're doing a listening, or so they're
Yeah.
they're doing some
Oh yeah,
some
they're doing their
exercise, and
independent work. Yeah.
I've got a little like quick 5 minutes here. Then I'm like, okay, I'll even do some editing at that point. Like, okay,
Oh yeah,
I
there
don't
you
like
go.
that word. So
Yeah.
I squeezed in any opportunity I could, because having this idea of being a full time writer, where you get up, you sit at your desk, and you have nothing to do today
Yeah.
except write. I actually had a membership to Masterclass, that online. You take
Oh
all
yeah,
kinds
yeah.
of classes.
Mm-hmm.
They have
Yep.
quite a few writers in there,
Yeah.
like R.L. Stein, Judy Bloom, Badalchi, and a couple others, Dan Brown. And I really liked it. Amy Tan, I actually really liked hers, even though that's not my
Mm.
genre. I really like listening to her talk. But I listened to all them give their little master classes,
Yeah.
and they're all professional writers. They're all millionaires as far as I know.
Oh yeah.
And of course they all talk about how they do the writing process, and they all just have all day, and they have their little schedule. It's like, man, what a luxury that would be.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't have it, and
Yeah.
none of my colleagues do that I know of
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
DVS or outside of even
Mm-hmm.
DVS that I see on Twitter. I don't know any of them
Mm-mm.
that
There's
are
not
full
many.
time, full time. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
most of them are all just like me. We're squeezing in everything we can. So I love you guys, and you guys inspire me, because we all got to do it.
Oh yeah,
So
heck yeah, man. It is. It's inspiring every time I talk to anybody on here that's chasing their dream, but they're still doing all the things they need to do for their families and working, being good dads and moms. Like it's a lot, but it's
yeah.
awesome that you guys don't give up and you just keep plugging away, going after it, man.
And I have no problem with it. And if that's how I am for the rest of my life, I'm just going
Mhm.
to be writing in between things. That's
Yeah,
fine. I'm content with that.
yeah.
But I am jealous of those people who could just sit down and
Oh
say,
yeah.
this is my
Can you
this is my full
imagine
time
if
job.
that
Yeah.
happens? Oh man, that would
But I
be
am
the life.
but I am also that type of person who can pick up hobbies and throw down hobbies really, really fast. And I
Mm-hmm.
got lucky with website design. I stuck with it for a long time, and
Yeah.
writing, I think, it stuck with me for quite a while. But I've been known to pick up a hobby and throw it away really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think if I did do it full time, I might burn out.
Yeah.
So I think doing it this way forces me not to burn out, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm always itching to get back to the keyboard because I can't be at the keyboard. And
Right.
so I want to get back to it. And
That's
I think
true.
that is kind of a nice little motivation. So there's
Yeah.
potential there where maybe the best writer of me is not a full time writer.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Of course, that
Maybe
could
if you
just be me
could.
justifying that I'm
Hey,
not going to
we're
be
gonna
a
stick with the first
millionaire.
part. We're gonna stick with the first. Hey, hopefully you'll get the chance to find out
Yeah.
someday if you keep writing awesome books like this. All right, last one in this area is what do you do for ambiance? Like, if you're at home, obviously you can't do this when you're in school, like in the middle of class. But
Yeah.
you like just quiet when you write? Do you like there to be music? Does it need to be
Music.
instrumental? Do you listen to just whatever sounds good, or do you try to set the scene? What do you do
Yeah.
for that kind of stuff?
So most of Bella was written to the soundtrack of Woman in Black from
Oh,
2012 with Daniel Radcliffe.
yeah.
I really like that. And of course, a
Hmm.
lot of Bella, the imagery that I had in my mind
Yeah.
is coming from the Woman in Black.
Oh, yeah. I
But
can see
I
that.
also have like, the Sinister soundtrack. I've had the Shining soundtrack in
That's a good
there.
one too.
I've had a bunch of others. Well, it's actually mostly just the theme song that's so creepy. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it is.
what a great theme song. It's just so wonderful.
Hmm.
That opening scene when they're going out into the mountains there,
I know.
that river they're following, and it's
Oh, I know.
but yeah, so that was a big one for this. When I was writing my fantasy, though, that very first one, I
Hmm.
had Lord of the Rings soundtrack. I had Game of Thrones. All their season soundtracks. Those were all playing just because it kind of got me in that sense of that genre.
Yeah.
This idea of things. And I liked that. But with my cosmic horror, it takes place in the 1970s. And so I actually had the discography of Led Zeppelin playing the entire time.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And partly because they're my favorite. And
Hmm.
I know their lyrics so well that I could practically be singing their lyrics and not even be distracted by whatever I'm writing in that moment
Yeah.
because it's just so just automatic. Whereas other music that does have lyrics that I'm not quite as familiar with or whatever, if I try to sing them or I hear them at the same time as writing, no, sorry, it's not going to work. But Led Zeppelin, I can get away with that. So for that one, I have Led Zeppelin a lot on it, just because I want to get that feeling in the 1970s. But for this other one, the paranormal one that is about a hotel, about two siblings in a hotel. Um, they that one I've gone back and forth because it takes place in the 90s, and I tried some nostalgic 90s stuff, and it just wasn't grooving with me.
Hmm.
So that one I have gone back a little bit to the Woman in Black just to kind of get my mind relaxed, so to speak. But I don't know. Maybe I might switch to something else when I really get hammered on that one again. I'll find something. But I do like music. So when I'm on the bus, the metro, these are always
Yeah.
playing. I'm always
Oh, yeah.
listening to it.
So that's cool. So the music does really help you like get
Yeah,
in the right writing mode, and
yeah,
depending on the story genre, you might switch it up. So that's
yeah.
pretty cool because there's some people that are just like they want it quiet, or they're like, I just listen to whatever music I feel like listening to. It doesn't affect my writing. I think it's awesome that you are so immersed that helps you really get in the zone.
I mean, I like silence too, as well. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not bad, And
Right.
there are times when I've had to do it, and there are times when I've chosen to do it. But yeah, music is my go-to.
That's awesome, man. I love it. All right. Okay. So it's been a little over an hour. Do you have
Yeah,
like 15 more minutes?
I have as
You can
much
do.
time as you need, man.
Okay. Okay. I just have some questions for us to get to know you outside of writing. And of
Okay.
course, we need to hear your theories on what happened to Bella.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
um, before we dive into my questions, I want to see how good you are at riddles. I have a riddle for you. We can see if you can solve it.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
All right.
You ready for this?
I'm
All right.
probably going
Well,
to fail epically.
everybody in the chat, you guys can help Blake out if you think you know it. All right, here we go.
I actually have chat closed, so I can't even see the chat.
Oh no.
I'm too distracted. I'll read the. I'll read that the entire. Like, what are we talking about again? I had to close it. There's no
Well,
way I would be able to do it.
if they get shout out an answer, I'll pull it up so you can
Yeah.
see it. All right, and you might know this one. You might get it. All right.
Yeah.
So, what has 13 hearts but no other organs?
13 hearts.
13 hearts, no other organs. What am I? It's inanimate.
Yeah.
If that
I
helps.
don't. I feel like something musical, but
Nope, not musical.
it couldn't be because it says no other organs. So,
Yes.
but it's inanimate.
Yep. It's more than one thing altogether.
Oh gosh.
I can give you some hints if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm totally lost. I'm in outer space right now. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Jay's got an idea. We'll see if you want to go with it. Maybe if it pops up. There we go.
Oh, a deck of cards.
Deck of cards. You got
Ah,
it. You got it. Hey, you solved it.
that was almost too easy once you think about it. Like, Blake, you're retarded, aren't you? Yeah, apparently so.
So yeah, JA said it, but then by the time it let me click on it, Whitedale had also said it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so yeah, they got it. They got it. So there we go. We solved it. All right. So you ready
At
for
least
some
two
questions?
of my friends are smart. Smarter
Yes.
than me.
See,
Yeah.
see, that's what we do. We gotta lean on our friends sometimes. All right. First question, Blake. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Yeah, go blue. That's what I'm
But
talking
but
about.
but not necessarily because of Michigan, but
I know.
definitely blue. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Has it always been blue? Is there a reason, or you
Yeah.
just always like blue?
It's always like blue. Yeah.
Oh, Whitedale says he just agreed with Jay. It wasn't his original idea. All right. Next question. What's your favorite food? If you get to pick where you're going to eat, the family's going. What are you going out? Are you staying in? What are you having?
We're going out. Matter of fact, I had some of my favorite type of food tonight here
Ooh,
waiting.
let's see. Oh, burrito loco.
Burrito
Yes.
loco. And it's I don't know if you guys have this in America if it's or not. But I think this is a European brand or a Czech brand, but it's a lot like Chipotle in that sense, And I love my Mexican food. I really do. I mean, I love food in general. That's why I'm a little bit chubby around the middle. But yeah, definitely Mexicans is I love it, man.
Oh
Love
yeah, it's so good. I went to a burrito loco before, so I don't know.
I
Unless
mean,
I'm
of
just
course,
imagining
it,
that.
it could be that type of name that's just like another brand or
Right,
another
right.
company
It's
in
it's
America.
close, but it's
Yeah,
not. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And it said Tex-Mex on there too, right? On the
Tex-Mex
bag.
street food. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been to a place called Tex-Mex too. So yeah, I
Oh
mean you can't go wrong with that kind of food.
no, you can't. You can't. It's
Now, are
fantastic.
you a steak burrito or a chicken burrito?
I'm a whatever burrito. I'm a
I,
I'm a
I
whatever
agree.
as hot and spicy as you can get it burrito.
Yes, me too,
Yes,
man. Me
they have
too.
this amazing mango habanero, and it's so
Oh,
good.
that sounds good.
Oh man, I get it every time. And the chicks here look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I actually ordered something really hot one time, and the waiter said, this is like the third hottest pepper in the world. I was like, yeah, that's why I ordered it. But you do know it's the third hottest pepper in the
You're
world.
like,
I said,
yes.
yeah, I know. That's why I ordered it. Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
love it. Yeah.
I love spicy stuff. That's awesome. All right, awesome. Next one. We know you're good at the writing, but what's another talent or hobby you have that we don't know about? Talent or hobby. A lot of times people try to just think of a talent, but hobby.
Well, yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
also.
I mentioned it already. The website design.
Yeah.
I did my own website. I did DVS's
Yeah,
website.
your website looks
Um,
awesome, man. By
yeah.
the way.
Um, so I'm always tinkering on Dark Veil Society's website as well, and I have a couple clients that pay pretty decent money, and so I like it. It's a paying hobby, pays a lot
That's
of
hey,
bills,
yeah, you can't beat
pays
that,
for
man.
my Apple addiction. So it's nice. So yeah, I would say that, and I started tinkering with that back in the '90s. When the internet was still just a baby.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it for 30 years now. So
That's awesome, man. That's pretty cool. We got another DVS member just popped in here, E.H. Bradley. Right.
Hey,
We do got some good looking
the
beards on
Dark Father. Yeah, we do. We do.
here.
Yeah. Mine's
Oh,
showing my age a little bit more though.
a little. It looks good though. That's popular now. Some people dye their beards salt and pepper like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, some people just dye their beards awkwardly dark, like Mr. Day. Yeah, he's just got
yeah,
shoe shine in
he
his
does.
beard.
It
I
looks
think.
so
Yeah,
odd.
it's so terrible. Well,
uh,
who was it? Oh my gosh, Nicolas Cage. There for a while, he was dyeing his beard really black.
oh
It was just
yeah,
so ultra black, it just didn't look natural.
yeah. I
It
don't.
just didn't
I
look
don't know
good.
how somebody famous somebody doesn't say.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that.
It actually looks better. I think you just let it go natural. It always
Yes,
looks
I
better.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Women, men, doesn't matter. Whatever. Well, hopefully
Right.
women don't have a beard, but we're in hair in general. Just
You
let it
definitely
go.
don't want to dye your beard if you're a woman because
Yeah.
you want it to be less
Yeah.
noticeable. Oh man. All right. So let's see. Okay, this is what I was going to ask next. Take us back in time. What was your first job you had that you got a paycheck for?
McDonald's.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I worked at
So
mine was Burger King, so I know your pain.
okay. This is, of course, back in the '90s when Power Rangers were coming back in style, and
Oh,
I used to run track and play American football, so I was
yeah.
in much better shape than I am now. And one of the guys I ran track with, he was my coworker there, and we were
Yeah.
like 16 or 17, and we were the only guys that were in shape. And they had to have these Power Rangers for birthday parties. So they're like, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
these costumes. You're the only ones that can wear them when you do them.
Oh, yeah.
And I just looked at my friend and I said, we can really negotiate a pretty sweet deal here. And we just kept saying, no, we're not going to do it. We'll do anything. By the time I left that, that restaurant, that McDonald's,
Yeah.
I was getting paid more than the managers were. And I was bottom of the barrel responsibility wise because I kept insisting every time I did a birthday party, I want to raise because I don't want to
Oh
die for
my
this
gosh,
type of stuff.
man.
So I'm
That's
getting really,
brilliant.
I mean, I got paid buku bucks there. So my
That worked
managers were
out
not
very
happy,
well.
but hey,
Hey,
yeah, I had
you were
all the
willing to do it.
cards. I had all the cards. So
Oh yeah. What Power Ranger did you dress up as?
I was, I think the red one. I'm not
Ooh,
sure.
nice. Nice.
Um,
Okay.
I think he was the
That's the
black one. I was
leader.
the red one. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Just whatever they had. I knew it wasn't the pink one.
Yeah. Not that one.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't the pink one, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I was the red one.
yeah.
There might be pictures. Well, there could be pictures somewhere out there of me in
Oh
this
man.
stupid outfit.
Well, I think I speak for
Yeah.
me and all of your fans and everyone in DVS when I say that we want you to find those and share them immediately. That's awesome. All right. Well, when you were going to McDonald's, what was your first ride? What was your first car that you got?
A 1988 Mazda 323 hatchback.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me look this up. 1988 Mazda
Mazda 323 hatchback. I
323.
think it's probably commonly known in today's lingo as a POS.
POS. What color was it?
Silver.
Silver.
Or gray. It was probably not cool enough to be silver. So we'll just say ugly
Let's see.
metallic gray
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
I've
Yeah.
seen these cars around. Let me find a
Yeah.
good picture to hold up. All right. Yeah, was it let's see. They're all like from the front. Just show me one from the side. Come on. How about this? Did it look like that?
Oh yeah, there we go.
There it
Some
is.
serious flashbacks.
It's Power Ranger driving that car
That's
around.
right.
That's awesome. Oh man. Okay, very cool. So you were rocking it out. All right. All right. My daughter's home now, and she's come to the door like 800 times trying to use hand signals to get to ask me questions. So we'll wrap up those questions, and we'll go
Okay.
into the final question. After all this research, after writing the book, what is your theory on who put Bella in the Witch Elm?
Um, so obviously the three most famous historical theories is witchcraft,
Mm-hmm.
Nazi spy, and then just some type of domestic violence. And I think it was domestic violence. It really,
Yeah.
is Occam's razor in that sense. The idea that um, someone had to be familiar with the woods to know that
Oh
that
yeah.
tree's hollow was
Yeah.
there. Like you just
That's
don't
very
like
true.
randomly. I'm just going to randomly
Right.
drag a body into
I'm
like,
gonna find a
and then you
tree that
find,
doesn't.
well, this
Yeah.
is perfect. You know, no.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think they
That's
knew it. So it was
very
probably
incriminating.
premeditated
Yeah.
in my
Oh yeah, that's true too.
perspective.
Obviously, if they knew
But
where the tree was, yeah.
I definitely believe that she was probably a gypsy, which I play up in the book as well, which is not a spoiler,
Yeah.
because that's also one of the theories that it was a gypsy, only because they were undocumented. A lot of them were, and a lot of them
Mhm.
weren't. So
Yeah.
I think it would have been very easy for a gypsy to go missing, and they are still quite secretive and private. And that's normal. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And the gypsies
Yeah.
here are the same way. And so for them to be like, no one's missing.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
something we deal with in our own community. No one's missing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think that really kind of makes the most sense. But it's just sad that historically her bones are missing. So
Yeah.
we'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never be able to do DNA testing or anything like that.
It's crazy. It's wild, man.
Heck yeah.
Uh, well, I mean, that's maybe I shouldn't ask the last because it's kind of a bummer to end such a fun talk on. But thank you for coming on, man. I had a
No, thank
blast.
you for
This has
having
been
me.
long overdue.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are welcome to come on. Of course, every time you have a book come out, I'd love to have you back. But anytime you want to come on and chat about anything, after Michigan beats Ohio State, we could do something about. I don't
Let's
know
do it.
about this. I don't know
It's gonna
about
be
this.
tough. It's gonna be tough. Of course,
Yeah.
last year
I
we were
thought
like,
last
oh, we're
year it
gonna
was
lose.
and they were way worse last year than we are
Yeah,
this year.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
who knows? You never know. You never know. All right, but thanks again, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Before I
Thank
go
you.
into my ending spiel, is there anything you want to shout out? The floor is yours, my friend.
DVS man, read all our books. We got
Heck
all the
yeah.
horrors. We got the horrors.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad, but
Wait a
we
minute.
got the horrors.
Oh, don't make me laugh. I'm dying. Oh man. Yes, DVS website is linked down below, along with Blake's books and his website, which you should check out because his website looks amazing. I'm not surprised since you made it yourself. Well done. As the DVS website looks great too, man. But it's all in there in the description. Check it out. Thank you, live chat. You guys were awesome as always. And thank you for everyone who watches on replay because I know a lot of you couldn't make it at this time, but I know you'll watch on replay. So we appreciate you as well. I'll be back next week. So everybody have a great weekend. And we'll see you in the next one. And until I do, as I always say, devour your TBRs. Be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you, everybody. Take it easy.